I remember the summer of 2007, I was in a relationship with a guy. I think it was also the summer I Kissed a Girl, But I Liked It came out.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And I made out with a girl. And of course, he was unhappy about it because he knows women are people.
You just didn't know yet.
I forgot. Welcome to When Harry Dumped Sally.
This is a podcast where we watch a rom-com. We talk about what happens after the credits roll, the main couple's relationship. Do they stay together?
Do they break up? And if so, who, why? Who does
Yes.
it? And why does it?
And I'm Tess Menzies.
I'm Natasha Vinnick.
We're supposed to introduce ourselves more, and we forget most every time.
Yeah, we'll practice.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Today we watched
D.E.B.S. It's an acronym. And I know I should know what it stands for.
Oh, yeah. No, me too. But it stands for Discipline, Energy, Beauty, Strength.
Oh, I don't like that, actually.
Yeah, we'll
That's
just
a
call it
bummer.
D.E.B.S.
We'll call him D.E.B.S. It's a 2004 film.
Yes, it's
I was hoping
an
it was kind of
action
like
comedy.
Yeah. I was hoping it was going to be like Spy Kids meets Spice World.
I felt very Spy Kids vibes from it.
Yeah. Should we do the log line or do we say, we do the log line
Yeah.
next.
This
We know how to do this.
we've forgotten how everything works.
Yeah, that's the log line.
Plaid-skirted schoolgirls are groomed by a secret government agency to become the newest members of the elite national defense group, D.E.B.S.
They made it sound a little spookier than it is.
I feel like this is
Basically, some girls take the SAT and some of them are
Yeah.
super smart. And so in a certain way.
Embedded in the SAT, there is a secret other test.
Yes.
That is actually testing whether or not you'd make a good spy.
By whether or not you'd be a good liar.
Yeah, as we
and
find out.
later.
And if you pass the secret embedded test, then they take you to this paramilitary academy and you become a D.E.B.
Yeah, and it's all girls, and they do wear little schoolgirl skirts
Yes,
or whatever.
They're wearing their cute little outfits.
But really,
Oh, what?
I was just gonna say, really, the log line talks about like just these girls, but it's really about this kind of like love affair between the main lady, a main D.E.B. and a villain.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Our main couple is Amy, played by Sarah Foster, and Lucy Jordana Brewster.
Yeah.
And Lucy's a bad...
She's a super villain.
who, like, does very little crime. Okay, she's
stolen a lot,
So
and she's
she-
tried several times to sink Australia.
She reminded me, I loved this. She reminded me of, like, Mojo Jojo.
Yes,
Like, I was
absolutely.
like, this is Powerpuff Girls
Yes,
level
it is.
villainry.
It for sure is. Yes, I loved it. I loved her.
We're just getting rid of Australia.
Yeah, she said she doesn't like them. No one knows why.
No, she just wants to get rid of them, and she also steals quite a bit. So
Yeah,
it's
but she doesn't
very
kill.
silly.
She doesn't seem to kill.
No.
Yeah.
But even though everyone's like, anyone
She's a
who
killer.
meets
They've all
Lucy will never
died.
be seen again, and
Yep.
she's like, they just die,
They die
from natural
frostbite,
causes.
Ebola, other things. It's very funny.
Maybe she's giving people these diseases. I don't know.
Maybe she bad, but yeah. So it's those two are
It's
the
those two. It's very silly, very campy,
Yeah.
very Spy Kids. The technology is
It's so silly. It's a silly good time.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved the first third.
Uh-huh.
Even though this is like one of the shortest films we watched at like around an hour and a half, I found it really dragging the last half.
I couldn't tell if it was the movie or me because I also feel like my brain is scrambled into mush at the moment. So
I could have mush brain also, and I did get those scary bank alerts, but I do feel like it was dragging.
Natasha's getting scary bank alerts. We're on, we've had a run of episodes episodes.
The bender of eps.
We're maybe losing it.
But I do think I think this whole thing, it's so fun. I think it could use a re-edit. I think there's a lot that could be probably cut out in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like silly action. And I also struggle with action even when it's silly.
Such fun, silly girl stuff.
I was like, okay, there's like fun effects and we got weird...
People are straight up teleporting in this film.
Yes, people are teleporting.
And whenever they teleport, wind gets blown on everyone nearby. It's so funny. I love that. Goofy force fields, whatever. But we have to do our couple thing for how long?
Amy and Lucy.
And Amy is like a Deb who has the perfect score. Everyone calls her perfect score because she's so good on her test score.
Yeah,
whatever.
her secret test, she did perfect.
She's imagined to become big deal Deb someday.
Gonna be a big deal spy.
Yeah. She just wants to be an artist, though.
She wants to go to art school in
Barcelona. Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so how long we think they're going to be together?
I feel like I haven't even thought about this. Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, 3 to 6 months.
I was going to say 3 to 6 months.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because, like, they'll have fun for a bit. They'll be in Barcelona together. She's figuring out her sexuality. Lucy's figuring out if she can like be a good guy. Ultimately, I don't think Lucy can. Lucy fucking loves crime.
Lucy loves crime. It's her
favorite
thing in the whole world is committing crime.
And she's gonna find that Amy's boring.
And Amy is kind of boring.
She just wants to be in Barcelona and do art, which is fine. But the way she does it is rather boring. Her whole vibe's pretty boring.
Yes.
All her choices are kind of boring.
Mm-hmm. She's just sort of letting people make decisions for her.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, yeah, but they're gonna have fun.
It's gonna be sweet. It'll be fun.
They're having a good time together.
They'll be like, we both escaped our lives.
Yes,
that's cool.
They'll go to Barcelona, and Lucy isn't beholden to anything other than her life of crime, so she can hang out with her in Barcelona until she gets bored.
Exactly.
And it's like, shit, I gotta get rid of Australia again.
I gotta do this again. Yeah. So like, I think Lucy's gonna end it.
Yeah, Lucy's going to.
Even though Lucy's the one who's obsessed with Amy, I think she is the one who'll end it.
Yeah. I think that Lucy is going to just like walk by an Australian tourist one day in Barcelona and lose her shit.
Just be pissed off and be like, you guys.
She's gonna see a bank and she's just gonna be like, I gotta take the money.
She's gonna see a picture of a kangaroo. She'll be like, sink it.
Kill it.
Yeah, our girl loves crime, and I think Amy would let her do crime, honestly, because Amy's gonna do art. But she just seems boring. She seems too boring for Lucy.
I agree with that.
Lucy's passionate and fun.
Yes. Which is good for Amy in this moment.
Yes.
Maybe
she needs something to spice up her life, so to speak.
Yeah, even though she is a spy.
She is a spy. She's really good at lying. You wouldn't be able to guess that.
At all.
Nothing indicates that other than this test score.
Yeah.
All right.
We start off, we're learning about this secret academy. We go to the D.E.B.S Section 1 house. It's the house that 4 of them are living at.
Yes, the 4 girls.
Amy, our main girl. We've got Janet, the like goody two-shoes.
Yeah.
We've got Max, who's like the leader.
Yeah, she's so hot.
And
we have Dominique, our French girl.
Our French girl, who just smokes cigarettes the whole time.
Yeah.
Does a average French accent
at best,
and drinks black coffee.
It's a good time.
That's her entire personality.
We love it. It's a good bit. It's all a good bit.
And she says everything in French and then again in English, but it's like the most basic. She'll be like, oui, yes. Like, oh, is that what we mean?
How long you guys been living together? I think you know we. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, we see the house. There's like a wacky force field around the house. Who's the person for Charlie's Angels who talks?
Oh, yes. It's Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mr. P.
Yeah, they're like picture frames over the house. Yeah, he's Mr. P, and he starts just like yelling and saying like, we gotta go.
No, Mr. Phillips.
Yeah, but they call him Mr. P, and he doesn't like it.
Okay, I was looking at Miss Petrie. They're both P's.
I know, it's just kind of confusing. They shouldn't have done that.
Mr. P, he's like, attention, D.E.B.S, like showing up on screens. This is, like you just said, very Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, it's just a good time. Well. Also, they have great music this whole film. This time we hear some song by Garbage.
Fun,
it's a lot of fun.
Great music. Very 2004.
Yeah.
Hot outfits. Great time. They all live in the same house, and then
They all have watches where you can face call.
Yes.
Phones where you can face call. Oh, yes, Amy's getting a call.
Amy's getting a call
From Bobby.
Wait, someone has a boy in a room. Dominique has a boy in a room.
The French
she's
girl.
a sex addict.
She's
also
crazy because she's French, and she kicks them all out. She doesn't give a shit about them. I love it.
Yeah.
And then, Amy keeps getting called by Bobby.
Bobby's
and she
her
doesn't want to talk to Bobby.
boyfriend. He's like, I don't know. She tells all her friends that she isn't in love with him.
She's done with
just
Bobby.
like, I just don't feel like it's passionate.
She
or
broke up with
whatever.
him. She says he's an ass.
Yeah. They go to this diner now to meet up with Mr.
It's a
P.
diner, but it's at D.E.B.S Academy. Like,
yeah, D.E.B.S Academy diner.
it's so bizarre. But yes, they're all wearing the cute little outfits. They talk to Mr. P. He doesn't like being called Mr. P.
Teleports out.
Teleports in, teleports out. They have a special guest, Miss Petrie, who's the woman from Legally Blonde. I don't know the actress name. But she teleports in and says, Lucy Diamond is back in the States.
It's Holland Taylor.
Holland Taylor. I don't remember that. But she says, Lucy Diamond is back in the States. We gotta
Get her back. And so, yeah.
They're like,
Mrs.
who's Lucy
Petrie,
Diamond?
We have to get her. So now they're going after Lucy Diamond, and then we see, and she's being helped by Scud. And Scud is played by Jimmy Simpson, who is one of the McPoyle brothers, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I think Jimmy Simpson has apparently looked the same his entire life.
Yeah, he looks familiar and not like he's aged in any way.
He looks
and in 20 plus
exactly
years.
the same.
It's so funny. One thing that's fun is like we haven't had any films that feel like lightly sci-fi-ish. So this has been fun for me because I'm a sci-fi girly. So even their silly, goofy tech, it's still fun for me to see. I'm like, oh, this is so good.
Silly, goofy tech.
Yeah, I'm very happy about it. But yeah, we find out in this that Lucy Diamond is bad, bad, bad news, and she attempted to sink Australia in 1999, and she's like, no one's lived to fight her and tell about it, and she's in town for some reason.
Yeah, and then we find out Scud, her henchman guy partner, is like, I'm setting you up on a blind date with some ex-KGB lady.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want you to go on a date.
Go get out there.
Just get out there, girl. Let's go on a date.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
I love Scud.
I love Scud too. Big fan of Scud.
Great.
Yeah. And it's very funny, but they're like around the secret lair, and around the lair are signs that says a good Deb is a dead Deb.
Yeah,
like
they hate the Debs.
Hate the Debs. But yeah, he wants to get back in the game, and he sent her on a date with a beautiful Russian assassin. The lady from Legally Blonde as well.
Oh.
One of the two best friends.
Okay.
Back home.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Jessica Caulfield.
Yeah.
I did not recognize her, but that is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
He sends them on a date to Les Deux Amours. He says it's trendy yet discreet.
Some huge fucking restaurant with several floors. What?
Okay.
And this is where it's silly from go.
Yeah, this is silly from the beginning, but okay, we go to this restaurant, and then we see the Debs are on a stakeout at the restaurant because they found out that Lucy's going to be there. They're on these weird swings.
Their stakeout is 4 swings.
They're swinging
near the
from
ceiling
of the restaurant.
Yep, it's so silly. All the green screening in this is so bad, and I just don't think this green screening was that bad in 2004.
No, I
this
think
had to have been a low budget thing.
They were just like, this is good enough.
Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, the girls are chatting, and Max wants to be like, go to the international school. Amy wants to be in Barcelona. We're getting a lot of like backstory here about them and how they met and blah blah blah.
Amy's like, I want to go to art school, and Max judges her for that. She's like, don't ruin everything by going to art school.
And they're kind of on their 4 swings, and then Bobby fucking repels in.
Bobby, her boyfriend, comes in. He works for Homeland Security.
Yep.
And she's like, what are you doing here? He's like, the feds and the CIA are also here. Everyone's just like hanging in the sky of this restaurant.
This discreet restaurant.
I'm like, nobody's looking up and being like, wow, there's a bunch of people just chilling up here.
And then the swings all just like move mechanically all to the side. They like zoom in and zoom out like they're on some kind of track, which doesn't make any sense. It's silly.
So Spy Kids. So Spice World. It's really a great fun time.
So in Spy Kids, do they end up together in the end? It's just siblings. They can't.
Just siblings.
I know, but I wish they were. Spy Kids was good.
Oh, Spy Kids is great.
Anyway.
I'm coming. You kidding me?
Yeah. Then I guess Bobby and Amy are talking, and Lucy, oh yeah, Scud tries to get Lucy to go on the date, and he says to Lucy, listen, love is harder than crime. Knock him dead. And he's like, but not really.
But not really.
Because he seems to think she kills people. A lot of like, she says she doesn't kill people, but sinking Australia is going to kill a lot of people.
She doesn't think of Australians as people.
Oh, that's true. That makes a lot of sense, actually. So yeah, Dominique is the French one.
And then her boyfriend's there, and Amy's like, I'm not in love with you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I guess nobody's good enough for Little Miss Perfect Score.
Yeah.
You'll be back.
Yep. And he wants his bracelet back. And so you can see they're playing with the bracelets, and you're like, oh no, what's going to happen here? But then down there on the date, we see
Lucy's
Lucy
ordering wine. The Russian lady just wants vodka. And Amy's kind of looking at her like, she like starts to be like, oh wow, she's real. She's a real person.
Never seen her in person.
Yeah. And the Russian lady's like, I just want to be a dancer.
Yeah, she wants to be a dancer, but they're talking and they're just like asking how Lucy's like, how does it work doing assassin stuff? And she's like, I'm freelance. She's like, maimings cost more than killing. Just like a lot of silly stuff. She does it to pay the bills to be a dancer.
Yeah.
And then, they're playing with the bracelet up in the sky.
Amy's boyfriend wants it back. They fight. Bracelet falls into Amy's soup. For the first time, she looks
Lucy's
up to
soup,
the
yeah.
Lucy's soup. For the first time, she looks up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, there's a bunch of people hanging out on swings up here.
And they haven't even moved. As soon as the bracelet, like they see it drop, they should be swinging those swings away. They're just sitting there.
They're just sitting there. Everyone's drawing guns. We are losing
big
our
gun
shit
town.
in this restaurant.
Yes. Everyone's got guns. Everyone's shooting each other very, very quickly.
Yeah. Lucy throws a grenade at them.
Yep.
Then they're running through some weird like back storage area out of the restaurant, and they run into each other.
Yeah, Amy and Lucy run into each other. And
Amy reveals that she's writing a thesis on Lucy.
Yeah.
And there's only anecdotal evidence about her because D.E.B.S is like also an academy. So like her senior thesis, she's also writing about Lucy and like women in crime.
gender and criminality.
Basically.
But like as soon as they have their guns to each other, one of them's like, I'm not really up for dying today. I was thinking that, why don't you put your gun down? It's like silly
They're
little
like,
girl
"You
talk
put
at
your
each
gun
other.
down. You put your gun down." They
Yeah.
introduce themselves. You're still under arrest. You could just let me go. And then I think Amy gets distracted really quick. And when
Yes,
she
just for a
turns-
second, and then she's gone. Lucy's gone.
Lucy's disappeared. There's diamonds all over the
That's
floor.
Lucy's whole thing. Every time she
Lucy
disappears,
Diamond. Bitch has hella diamonds
so
on
many
her
diamonds. Whenever she
at
disappears,
any
everything's
time.
covered in diamonds. I don't get what's
Throws
going
them
on.
in the air.
I can't tell if
Very
it's
expensive.
I can't tell if it's supposed to be like a drug reference, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, because later
Oh.
when they're giving an award to the D.E.B.S, it's the Mary Jane Award, and I'm like, are they like
Oh,
throwing little
probably.
silly things at us?
I'm sure they are.
But I just wonder what the other ones are that I've missed. 2 doesn't seem like enough. You know? I don't know.
Wow.
Anyway,
I noticed Mary Jane,
Yeah.
but I didn't connect. I mean, Lucy Diamond, sure.
yeah, diamonds are everywhere. It's very silly.
And then everyone's like, you are the only person to fight Lucy Diamond and live to talk about it. Scud picks up Lucy. Lucy's like, I met somebody. And Scud's like, who? Oh my gosh, she's the D.E.B.
She's the D.E.B.
perfect spy.
Perfect score. Perfect spy. Their poster child.
Yes.
And
So then Lucy's like, I'm going to go to the D.E.B.'s house. There's a force field. That doesn't matter. She's got some map thing on her phone that shows exactly where Amy is in the house.
yeah, there's a lot of blips that say not Amy, not Amy, not
Yeah.
Amy, and they call which one's Amy on her little sidekick, essentially.
I'm obsessed with this. We need more movies that are just like
Goof
silly
technology.
and are like, we know this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It felt so cartoony. I love cartoony
Yes,
movies.
it's very fun.
I loved it.
Very camp, very goof.
And then she has some weird like pen to just like draw
Yeah,
a door
through the
into
force
the force
field.
field. She's like, I
Gets
got
in
it.
as it melts down. It's very. She jumps over the lasers on the launch. She has her little climby, sucky things for the wall that make little poppy noises
Yes.
when they unsuck and suck. She breaks into the room and they start fighting immediately. She and Amy.
Yeah, which is reasonable because if someone broke into my room, I'd be upset.
You should fight them. Yes. And then Lucy's like, "Oh, I'm here to help you with your paper. If you come out with me,
Yeah.
I'll let you ask me anything."
Mm-hmm.
And Amy's like, I can't go out with you. And then she basically gets like an arrow on her. Lucy gets an arrow on Amy and like makes her leave the house.
Yeah. And then Janet comes outside and catches them.
Yeah, Janet loves to ruin everything.
Yeah, Janet sucks.
She screams, and now they have to bring Janet too.
In the car, and they're driving through this tunnel that has like, turn back now.
Don't
seriously
stop it.
Go away. Okay, you've been warned. And then
so
they
fun.
go through this like force field, which is in some, and we end up at some like punk warehouse party.
Outdoor party. It's so fun. It's called the Junk Pit, or at least there's a big thing that says Junk Pit. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Lucy's car is also very cool.
Yes.
And then the Debs are like, no, we have to stay here in the car. And then, of course, Janet has to pee, so they get out.
Yes. So they're in there. They look out of place. They're in their little uniforms. Or no, they're just in regular outfits.
Regular
they're not
outfits.
in uniforms.
And Amy just like is in her little, most of the time she's wearing like little like baby blue zip up
A lot of baby
jumpsuit
blue.
thing. Yeah. Boring. Sorry.
Very like Baby Spice.
Yeah. But Baby Spice is at least, interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're at the dance club and they seem like they're having fun. I love like a good girl blonde, bad girl dark hair.
Yes.
It's fun.
It was very fun. Lucy, brings her to the private table area. Everyone skedaddles.
Moves for Lucy.
For Lucy.
More good music. Another song by Goldfrapp. It's just fun. And she's like, tell me about your thesis.
She's like, you need to lighten up. Whatever. They're talking about this. They're flirting. Telling each other they think they're cute. Amy says she thinks she's incapable of loving someone.
Yeah.
Oh, she says that she thinks that
She has to be.
Lucy is incapable of loving someone.
Yes.
She's like telling her all this stuff. She's like,
Well, Lucy's asking about the thesis, and she said, I think you overcompensate to be, as a woman in this field, criminal field, by being more ruthless than male counterparts. And because of that, like, you're shut down, and yeah, you can't be loved and whatever. And Lucy does not like that.
no, crazy.
Yeah, she's like, I'm open to being loved, I swear.
Yeah, she's like, I want to be loved by the right person.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, duh.
And then Amy reveals that she just broke up with her boyfriend
5 hours ago.
And then she's like, why aren't you killing me? And Lucy's like, I don't kill people. I just want to blow up Australia.
Normal stuff, nothing weird.
Scott and Janet are playing foosball.
Yeah.
And Janet's like, your friend seems to be hitting on my friend. And she's like, my friend's not into that. And Scott's like,
Sure.
It's like, all right.
And then Lucy goes for the kiss, and Janet fucking ruins it.
Janet cock blocks her. She just runs up, is like, no
Janet sucks.
kissing is allowed to happen. So they take Amy and Janet home.
Amy's all whiny, and Lucy wants to see her again. And Janet's like, wait, I can't believe you almost let her kiss you. You violated Prime Directive. And also, it's a girl. I don't know why Janet's so fucking shamey about girls kissing girls.
I don't know. I'm like, girl, you're a spy. It's fine.
Jeez. And then, like, Amy's, like, pointing out all the shit Janet's done, so Janet can't tell on her.
Yes. She's got a bunch of dirt on her.
Yeah. Always in these, like, movies, I'm like, you gotta be nice. People sometimes act too mean, and I'm like, every person's just looking for an opportunity to suddenly turn evil. Janet didn't, but I'm like, be nicer to Janet, because I wouldn't be surprised if she
Janet
eventually turned
could
evil
turn evil.
very easily.
Well, she ends up with Scud or they at least go on a date, so she
But
might.
she keeps her secret and is, like, nice for Amy.
Yeah.
Could go either way. I hope she does turn evil.
I think she has it in her.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, they come back and
They're back at school.
Yeah, everyone's talking about Amy fought Lucy. And Janet's like, everyone's calling you a hero, but you're a slut, a gay slut. Girl.
Janet, calm down. Janet's just mad that she's not getting any.
I know, she wants to be slutting it up too.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, Dominique or whatever French girl is like hooking up. Max probably can do whatever she wants.
Max is so hot.
And Janet is just like, I don't know, wants to go to church or something.
Also, Amy is so average and Lucy is so hot. Amy really like does nothing for me.
I feel like Amy's like very pretty. Like she's cute.
She's like, yeah, but like boring cute.
Sure.
Lucy, I could look at her forever.
No, Lucy's hot.
Yeah.
Amy is cute.
Yeah. Yeah. They take her into a room. Our big boys, Miss Pietra, whatever, teleports in. This green screening here is so bad for no reason as well.
This was wacky. This is the one that I was like, this is the most insane green screening.
And it's like they're just in a room with like boards that have plans on them. There's no need for this to be so poorly green screened. I think maybe they're planning for it to be somewhere else, and then we're like, let's just make it in a normal room.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there's no need to green screen this room.
I mean, they obviously didn't want to like make the stuff that's in the room. I agree.
They're literally like whiteboards with plans.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
I don't know.
But then suddenly Miss Pietra wants like so many pictures with Amy because Amy quote unquote fought Lucy. It's like Boy Who Lived vibes, Harry Potter.
Yeah. She's the chosen one.
Yeah.
She had the perfect score.
Yeah.
Everyone's reminding her of it. Yeah. I also am like, is she a good liar? I guess she kind of lies.
Everyone puts their own decision on it, and she says next to nothing.
Yeah.
Which is a good way to lie.
Honestly,
But
yeah.
well done. Let people do all the work for you.
A good way to lie is to shut the fuck up.
Yep. It's a good lie and let people believe what they want to believe.
Yeah.
She does, and Miss Pietra's so excited. She's like, it's going to put the D.E.B.S on the map. They're all excited. And she's like, got to tell me everything about the encounter so we can make a profile on her. And
she puts her in charge. That pisses off Max. Max is usually in charge. She's like, this is not the Girl Scouts, this is espionage.
Yeah, and Miss Pietra says to Amy, she's like, I think it's good because you identify with Lucy. And like she saw in Amy's files that Amy's written that Lucy must be a narcissistic sociopath and a victimized child girl. Those are all on the green screen boards behind them. But Miss Pietra says you have a dangerous symbiosis. You're like the lamb in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Which I don't think was what she meant.
There is a lamb in Silence of the Lambs.
I don't think there is, but the whole thing is that it's the Hannibal movie with the lady. Is that Jodie Foster?
Yeah.
Yeah, that like they seem to have some ooh-ah for each other is what she's actually saying, but she is goofing and just saying a lamb.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Amy's Jodie Foster and Lucy is Hannibal.
Exactly.
I kind of see it.
I see it too. Do they end up together in the end?
Could you imagine? No.
Okay. I don't know. I don't watch films.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so now Amy's in charge. Max hates it. She was in charge, whatever.
But she's like, all right, let's catch the bitch. There's some alarm. Lucy Diamond is on the loose.
Robbery in progress.
Yeah.
Bank employees are being held hostage.
We have to go to the bank. We're at the bank. Lucy sees Amy. She like motions her to follow. There's some people tied up and duct taped in some closet, but they just leave them there.
Well, it's clear from go before even the D.E.B.S get there. Lucy's in the bathroom flossing her teeth or something, and Scud's like, they'll be here in 2 minutes. And it's clear that she's just getting ready to see Amy. It's so cute.
She did this bank thing.
It's obviously
for
just to get to see Amy
to show up.
It's very cute. But yeah, all these people are locked in the closet. They don't even get them out. The bank employees who have duct tape over their mouths. And
Amy orders everyone, secure the vault.
And Max is like, this is a trap. We all know this is a trap.
And Amy's like, no, not a trap.
Not a trap, I
they
swear.
They secure the vault. Shut the door on themselves. Now you're trapped in a vault. The floor opens up under Amy. She falls through the floor. Door shuts and locks. Now the D.E.B.S are trapped.
Yeah, the 3 girls are in the vault.
Amy falls on like all this money that Lucy stole.
Stealing.
And Lucy is apologizing. Also in the vault, our French girl Dominique is smoking and Janet's all pissed off and she's like, we're gonna run out of air.
Stop her. And Max, you think she's gonna stop her. Max pulls a cigarette too. She's like, fuck this. Janet's like, wah.
Janet, just smoke a cigarette.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand they don't know how long they're going to be locked in there. And there is only so much air. Janet's being very reasonable.
They also believe that Lucy is evil.
That she kills. That she straight up kills people.
Which also, okay.
And then,
spikes start coming into
from
the
vault.
Ceiling
to these 3 girls.
Lucy says to Amy's like, let them go. And she's like, it's not like they're going to die.
I'm like, what do you think spikes do?
Do you think these spikes
do? Also,
that are coming...
The spikes are so funny. They are so poorly done. It's very silly. But they're having the weirdest conversation, Lucy and Amy. Amy's like, oh, you must think I'm such a freak and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what is this conversation?
Yeah.
Just kiss.
They're just talking.
I just want everyone to kiss.
And then she's like, no, don't kill them. And then Lucy's like, booby trap deactivated. Happy.
Uh-huh. And Lucy's like, it's kind of funny. And then they kiss, right? They kiss.
Yeah.
They kiss finally. And then the girls escape the vault and they find where Lucy and Amy, where they find diamonds and a tie.
Of course, and it's like spray painted on the wall. I have the girl. Lucy just likes to fuck with people.
Absolutely. She likes supervillain life. She likes silly criminal vibes.
Yes.
She loves it. She's not going to let go of this.
She's not going to live in Barcelona while her girlfriend goes to art school.
She might do like silly crime on the side, maybe in secret. But she likes everyone to know and be scared of her for stealing stuff. But yeah, it turns out it's a silly kidnapping.
Yes.
But there's a big gathering of the D.E.B.S and Homeland Security. Everyone's like trying to find her. There's Homeland Security looking for her.
Yes.
While it's a montage of also Lucy and Amy just having fun.
They're doing fun crime stuff. They're just like doing little fun things.
They're not even like doing crime. They're just doing like cute stuff together, right? They're like playing with some of her machines and some of her tech.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're looking through Lucy's photo album. Amy gets Lucy a gift. It's just like handcuffs with diamonds.
Handcuffs. Very thoughtful. I wrote, lesbians are so thoughtful.
They are.
Really great gift giving.
It's really good. Very quickly, you know? And, so like it's building up them looking for her, building up them just having fun at the same time. And at some point, the Russian woman from the first blind date sees them together. And so she calls in the D.E.B.S.
Yeah, she calls it into the D.E.B.S.
And back at the D.E.B.S.
Then Lucy and Amy, this is when she's...
oh, yeah, they're having a big talk about, like, how'd you get into being a Deb?
Yeah, Lucy's asking her questions. She's like, what, you're just listening to what this test told you? You should be a spy, so you just are doing that?
You know?
She's like, you should do whatever you love. And Amy's like, what, you love crime? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, I actually didn't want to be a criminal. I wanted to be a pirate.
And Amy's like, pirates are criminals.
Honestly, makes a lot of sense with the type of criminal that she is.
The vibe is pirates.
Yeah.
It's all camp.
Pirate
it's all
is
silly.
great.
It's fun.
Pirates were so camp.
Yes. Pirates are so camp. And she is like the most camp criminal you can imagine.
Yes.
Exactly. Mojo Jojo vibes, all of it. And Lucy thinks that you shouldn't do what you love. You should do what you're good at. And she's told she's good at this. And that's what she should do.
Right.
Boring. But she really wants to go to art school.
She wants to. And then she's like, I'll go to art school once I make the world safe from people like you.
And Amy thinks, Lucy's like, are you just sabotaging your life to be with me? But Amy's like, I actually finally feel myself around you. I don't feel like myself even around myself.
And then they're hooking up, and her ex and the D.E.B.S are coming in.
Yeah, because the Russian woman's tipped him off from the blind date.
Yeah.
And so they're breaking in while they're making out.
Snapping each other's bras. Weird thing to do, Amy.
One does it by accident.
I feel like Amy was like, I was trying to be smooth, and I snapped your bra.
Yeah. I think she's like hasn't taken the bra off another girl before.
Oh, okay.
And she did like an oops and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. I thought she was like, this will be hot.
I don't think she's like a 12-year-old boy.
I don't know.
It's true. You don't know.
Might be.
But no, I think she's trying to take it. You don't usually take it off from that angle.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I think.
Yeah.
And then during this time, Scud is playing bingo with his bad boy bros. And he's like, I'm the god of bingo. And so when the people start breaking in. And right before the break-in, Lucy says, do you love me? And Amy says, yes. Kind of crazy. How long have they been together? A week?
Yeah,
but
not
I love
long.
love. I love love.
Not
whatever.
long, but they love each other.
Yeah.
They're hooking up.
Yeah. And then, yeah, big break-in.
Yeah, they break in. We conduct a nationwide search, and you're boning the suspect. She's like, I was doing research.
In bed. Haha.
Yeah.
It's so silly. And Max... Oh, yeah. So I guess we're back with Pietra, and Max is like, here's how we can spin it. We can spin it like this.
Yeah. Miss Petrie is like, I'm going to have to send you far away. She's like, you're going to have to be in trouble. And Max is like, what if we just make her Deb of the Year and then send her to Siberia?
Yeah.
She's like, let's just pretend like everything went well, and then we don't have to get in trouble. I'm like, maybe Max is a good liar.
Yeah,
Max is good at this. This
Miss
is for
Pietra's
Max.
so stupid. Max is going to have her job so soon.
Max, yeah.
Max is going to run everything, you know?
No, Max was born for this. I don't know what Lucy's doing.
Yeah. And so they keep talking about Endgame, which almost feels like some version of prom for the Debs.
Yes. Okay. I couldn't remember what they were calling it. And then at
Endgame.
the end, I was like, are we at prom? What's happening?
No, they're called Endgame. I wish Taylor Swift's song Endgame had come out by then. That would have been a great time. We would have had so much fun. Yeah, a little late. But yeah, they're like, you have to go to Endgame with Bobby then. And then they're trying to convince Amy that she was brainwashed.
Or
because
like, at least, I think Max is like leading her. She's like, Lucy was brainwashing you and mind controlling you, right?
Because Amy would never betray us like that. Brainwashed by the gays.
Yeah.
The gay agenda, trying to brainwash our spies.
Gay people are coming for spies.
Yep, they want all your spies. Because gay people are so good at lying. Because they had to.
Because they had to be in the closet.
Sorry.
I mean,
nurture versus nature, you know?
Yeah. I don't think that you're wrong.
Yep. And so, yeah, they're like, you're not in love with her, right, Amy? And Amy's like, no, I'm not in love with her. Also, Miss Pietra, all her people, they're all wearing those hideous, like, almost like those zip-up workout sets, but like a less cute version of the Juicy zip-up. Have you noticed that? Everyone's wearing these matching zip-up sets.
Zip-ups.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. Very strange. And
now Amy's, she's taking a polygraph test, talking about what she knows about Lucy. She gets an A+ on her report about Lucy.
They're all sitting on their swings again in that same place.
Swings, which this also, okay. The things that remind me of Spice World too, all of them had like themed rooms to their personalities.
I love that.
And also the swings remind me of the swing in Baby Spice's room on the bus.
Yeah, I love that. Do we get to do Spice World? Does anyone end up together?
I don't know if anyone
There's some people, I think their like assistant lady ends up with a guy.
Okay.
Yeah. One could argue we could also for this film do Janet and Scud.
Yeah, true. I mean, they just, honestly, I feel like Janet and Scud have a better chance of making it than Amy and Lucy.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. I have no doubt. Yeah, so she sits on her swing away from the girls. The girls are upset with her.
Bobby is there, though. He tells her he loves her. He gives her this shell bracelet that his dad got from a drug bust.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I've been thinking, that whole Leslie thing is kind of hot.
So to him, they're like back together, which is crazy.
And he's like, now I get to fantasize about you hooking up with ladies, and maybe we get to have a threesome.
Ridiculous.
Just like a big thing that stupid straight men like to think about bisexual women, which I don't know if she's bi or gay, but either way, just because someone's bi doesn't mean that they want to have a threesome with you.
Well, it's so funny. So this is 2004, and I feel like it's also like so in the culture of the time. Like I remember the summer of 2007, I was in a relationship with a guy, and I was in China for like a couple weeks. And when I was there, I made out with a girl. I think it was also the summer I kissed a girl, but I liked it came out.
Oh yeah, sure.
But like I made out with a girl, and I remember thinking at the time, like telling him he'll probably be like, whatever, it's hot. Like,
yeah.
Because that's what it felt like. You know, it didn't feel like it was like cheating or whatever. And then of course he was unhappy about it because he knows women are people.
You just didn't know yet.
I forgot. But like it was really the culture that like, oh, it's hot to date. It's like dating.
Oh, for
kissing
sure.
a girl's nothing.
I
you know?
remember being in college and having a similar, except it was the opposite. Okay, I was in college. I was dating this dude, and this woman was like flirting with me, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend," and she was like, "Yeah, but like." He'd be into that, right? Like we should just hook up anyway. And I was stupid and I continued to date this man.
Oh, you didn't hook up with her?
No.
Devastating.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm really good at fucking things up with women. I'm a really, really good at ruining my shot and being really stupid. And sometimes people say things really upfront to me and I'm just like,
I just think there's it's more lax with men. You could do so much dumb shit and stuff will happen with men anyway.
Just like I think that this is gonna sound bad, but it's true. But I don't know how much I respect men, so I'm just like whatever. And I feel like with women, I'm like, oh, she couldn't possibly.
No,
I
not
think
me.
that it's like I guess maybe that's less respect, and maybe it's like insecurity.
Yeah.
Like with men, I'm like, oh, I'm like hot and you're going to have a good time. With women, I'm like, oh, you're so pretty and I'm just a stupid idiot and I don't want to waste your time.
I don't want to waste your time.
Me.
Yeah.
That would be
I'll
so
leave you
awful
alone.
to you.
You
And
do your
she's
thing.
like, I'd like to hook up with you. And I'm like, oh God, I'll stay away from you. I'm so fucking sorry.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Lucy sneaks into her room.
Yeah, she does. Nevertheless, she persisted. All right.
Yeah.
Lucy sneaks in. Unfortunately, Amy hits the alarms and everyone comes and shoots at Lucy. And Lucy, she jumps out the window, but then shoots an arrow with the handcuffs and shouts, I thought you were different.
Yeah, she's
So
pissed off.
silly. So cute. And then we're down at the evil lair.
Yeah, we're back at their lair, and Lucy, you know, she's
Getting
upset.
pissed off. She's like, she thinks I'm bad news. Oh, I'll give her bad news.
She's like, Australia is toast. I'm gonna blow them up. I don't like their attitude.
Scott's like, what's your beef with Australians? And that is a fair question. I feel like there's no reason for anyone to have any beef with Australians.
I don't know.
Notoriously the most like chill, delightful, love to travel, love to be happy and drink people.
Okay,
Disagree?
I don't know.
Do you? I feel like everyone loves Australians.
I just think Australians just nar.
That's your thing about
That's it.
Australians.
Yeah, they're all down there just be like nar. And maybe Lucy doesn't like that.
Okay, yeah, not if it's like all the teeth like that. There's a lot of nar. There's a lot of teeth in your nar.
Nar. It feels violent.
Wow, we have, I think, opposite views of Australians.
No, I'm great with Australians.
Yeah, but I don't think of them as just nar people. I'm like, they're just like fun people partying, going to all the countries all the time.
But they also, while they're partying, they go, nar.
Nar. They're always on their year off somewhere. Somehow they have a million years off to go
don't
travel
work.
everywhere.
They just travel
No
around.
one travels
and
like
say their funny
Australians
things.
travel. You will find Australians in every country just traveling, you know?
Yes, there's always Australians out and about. I don't know. Yeah, there was an Australian man when I went to Tomatina this past year, and he just like whipped his dick out and peed everywhere in front of everyone.
Okay, yeah, you should sink Australia.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what happened to Lucy.
I know. Maybe Lucy was at Tomatina.
Yeah.
Some drunk Australian
Gross.
whipped his dick out
Yuck.
and peed all over the floor that all of us were about to pick tomatoes up off of and throw at each other.
That's so gross. That
And
is
some
so gross.
British woman yelled at him.
Good.
And that was nice.
That's
and then
something a British woman
Trevor
would do.
personally attacked him with tomatoes for the rest of the event.
Hell yeah, Trevor. Yeah. Well
We're like,
done.
why are you doing this, sir?
It's so weird.
So Australia deserves to sink.
Yep, because of
and
that man.
Because of that man. And Lucy knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. And Lucy is feeling like, in general, she says feeling bad doesn't even feel good anymore because she's like, maybe I'll give up my life of crime for her. Scud's like, you give everything up? And she's like, yeah. And Scud's like, okay, we're going to go get her back. And so it's another song that I love, Give a Little Respect by Erasure or something. It's so
Yeah.
fun. She's singing the song the whole time. At some point, Scud's singing it with her, and her singing it is cut with this montage of her returning money everywhere.
Oh, yeah. And they're singing with the pool cues. This was great.
It's so fun.
I love that she returns the money with a sorry sign on
Yeah,
it.
like huge bags of money with like the money sign printed on them. She's like doing the SAT test for some reason, but
Yeah.
she ends up punching the proctor.
Yeah, she projects Amy B. Mine into the sky.
She does skywriting, like we
Yes.
said. She projects Lucy Diamond in the sky.
Uh-huh.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Oh, I think you're right with all this. I don't know if we saw any others, but maybe. And then
Mary
Mr.
Jane.
P just like teleports into Amy's room unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Seems rude to just teleport into
Into
a person's
a young girl's room as a
but
dude. Feels a little bit much.
a little weird. He tells her that in this business, there isn't much room for love. She asks what the test measures. This is when we find out that it measures your ability to lie, and she is the perfect liar. I'm curious what these embedded questions are. And I want to take the test.
Yeah, you want to know what good liar you are?
Yeah, I want to know if I'm good or bad.
I think it's impossible to set up a multiple choice thing that would
Absolutely.
especially in the SAT context. It's all like they're showing us in the very, very intro credit sequence. It's all like SAT bubbles graphically with like all the questions like blahs to blahs, blahs to blah. But it's very funny, the idea that it's embedded in there.
It's
that you're a
secretly
liar.
in there to find out if you're a liar.
It was just funny. So I've been having a conversation with maybe I told you, my friend that we realized I don't like spy stuff.
Okay.
I generally find like serious spy TV shows, serious spy movies are very boring.
I don't give a shit about spy stuff.
I would think I would like it. I think I'd like that. It's a secret. It's a mission, blah, blah, blah. But spies are very dull.
Okay.
And so maybe Amy would be the perfect spy.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think that is probably also true. You want to be a little bit inconspicuous.
No one notices
you. Don't wanna stand out too much.
Nothing interesting. But like, yeah, spy stuff is boring. I think they go too hard pretending they're these boring people. And so you're kind of just watching like people exchanging items with each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would think I'd love spy. I was shocked when he pointed out that I didn't like spy stuff because I just feel like I would.
What about Spy Kids?
Love Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Spy Kids is great. I also loved Killing Eve, which is spy associated, but it's like a lot more
fun. But like
fun.
Serious Spy, I don't even know if I've watched Serious Spy, but I just assume I wouldn't because then I feel like we get into the action and I don't know. I probably wouldn't do a good job paying attention.
Yeah.
Which I like did a pretty bad job with this one. And I feel like also in spy things, there's always like, oh, someone passed this thing to that person, and like we have to follow along.
We have to keep watching the thing.
I'm like, oh, I have to pay attention to this movie.
That's a bit much to
Jesus.
expect. I have a phone. Come on. So yeah, we find out she's the perfect liar. And they're at the end game. They are each other's end game, Lucy and Amy, in theory. But it's almost like prom. Some dudes are spiking the punch.
Right.
And Scud's like, you're going to break in, Lucy. Tell her that you love her. War is easy. Love is hard.
Yeah. And Amy has to give a speech because she won the Mary Jane Award, which is like D.E.B. of the Year or something like that.
And Max has been writing the speech for her.
Mm-hmm. She's talking about her 7 agonizing days in captivity.
Yeah. Jen at some point realizes, like, what if Amy does really love Lucy after she's been such a bitch this whole time about her liking Lucy? And Lucy's broken in, and Bobby realizes it.
Yeah. And now he's going after her.
Yeah.
And she's going through the vents, and every time I see somebody crawling through vents in a movie, I'm like, why are these vents so clean?
Vents should be grosser. Like
They'd
covered
be
in dust,
dirty. They'd
right?
be dusty, right?
Yeah, I think so.
People cleaning them?
Unless they have filters through. They're filtering.
Maybe.
All the dust could be in the filter, but there's all this dust, right? Yeah, okay, you're right.
I feel like vents are dirty.
Also, like, her vent was very big.
Well, it can always fit a human.
Big vent.
Can always fit a human, and it's always cleaner, like squeaky clean.
Yes. Unusually clean. And like at some point she tests by throwing some diamonds. She always has just a ton of diamonds on her.
Diamonds on diamonds in her pockets because she just steals diamonds all the time.
I think she shits diamonds. I swear to God, I think she shits diamonds and she's just making them. That's why she doesn't need to do crime anymore. She's gonna have endless supply of money.
Yeah, she throws some diamonds. Okay, they fall, and then falls through the ceiling.
She does it to like make him shoot somewhere that's not her, and then she falls through. At this point, I'm like, this movie really needs a re-edit. It really felt like it's dragging, unfortunately, by this point.
And she sees Amy giving her speech, and Amy's like, I hate Lucy. But then she sees Lucy, and she's like, oh my God, Lucy came for me. And she's like, I can't accept this award. And so if you'll excuse me, I have a date with the devil.
Love it. Love it. She admits time with Lucy was the happiest days of her life, and Lucy beats up dumbass Bobby.
Yeah, and everyone sees it's Lucy Diamond. She's here. Everyone, run for your lives.
These are all supposed to be fucking spies.
Yeah, no.
Why are they babies running away?
Run for our lives for this woman who truly all she's done is like stolen some diamonds.
Yeah, well, no one knows that she's not a killer here, but still, these are trained spies, and they're running away like they're high school kids.
Well, also, Lucy is running about as well. I'm like, people are seeing her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People are seeing her. And then we get into slow motion running with romantic music.
Amy runs into Lucy, and then they get away.
At the same place that they met the first time. It's the exact same spot. It's kind of cute.
They go into this.
They pull their guns and they say, we got to stop meeting like this.
Yes.
They're
running through a thing. Maybe this happened. Okay, this happened right before, but when Bobby is chasing after her before she runs into Amy, she goes through this wood door, locks it behind her.
Yeah.
Bobby tries the handle like once, and then it's just like, guess I gotta go a different way. I'm like, you have a gun, sir.
Bobby's dumb. Bobby's a dumb man, you know? Anyway.
All right, they run into each other again. They kiss.
They make out.
They make out. All the Debs and Scud are suddenly there.
Yeah.
And now, Max
Everyone's
has
got
had
guns
a
on
chain.
each other.
Yes.
It's intense. Max goes, "You're an AWOL soldier." And yeah, then she turns the gun to Lucy and she says, "Lucy, if you break your heart, I will hunt you down and kill you."
Yeah.
And at that point when we were watching, I was like, I don't think Lucy's going to break Amy's heart. But actually, I do think Lucy's going to break Amy's heart, right?
Yeah, probably. Well,
maybe
unless Amy's just like wrapped up in her own thing.
Yeah, or like, I don't know. Yeah, I see Lucy being the one ending it, but it's also hard to imagine her breaking Amy's heart. It's hard to imagine Amy's heart getting particularly broken by anyone, I guess.
I feel like Lucy seems more into Amy than Amy seems
she
into
is.
Lucy.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I'm like, Lucy will end it, but it's because Lucy will be like, I'm so into you and I'm bored now, and also you're not giving
me nothing.
much.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know
agree.
what kind of person Amy needs to be with, but
I agree.
I don't know.
Some boring person.
A boring person for sure.
Max lets him go. The French girl Dominique says, "I never really liked you, but I'm sad to see you go." Mm-hmm. I love her. And Amy's going to Barcelona.
Yeah.
Tells Max to go rule the school. And
yeah, Janet gets her stripes. They drive off. During this scene, I just wrote down, Amy's hair was stuck to her lip gloss for like a solid chunk of it. And
That's funny.
I was like, somebody in hair and makeup needs to fix our girl's
yeah. There's a
face.
lot of tweaks to this movie. A lot of the sound was not good either. There's a lot of like dialogue that like fell off or was missing. But
all around, it's a campy
It's
fun
a
time.
fun, campy
it's a
time.
campy movie. It was great.
Yeah.
I would recommend it. Very silly Spy Kids vibes.
yeah. I'm down for 3 to 6 months, anywhere in that range for the couple.
Yeah, it's not going to be long.
Yeah.
I think that we both agree with where this is going
Yeah.
and what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And maybe Lucy will someday get rid of Australia.
We'll see.
Let
Hope she
the
gets
record
rid of that
see-
guy.
I like Australians.
I hope she gets rid of that guy though. The one who peed on your tomatoes.
Oh, yeah. No, he's got to go.
He's got to go.
Don't fucking pee on tomatoes.
Not if you're gonna toss them in someone's face.
No, that was so upsetting.
It's really yuck. It's really
was
yuck.
really gross.
Yeah. Yeah, even though they are each other's, I think we're supposed to think this is the first person Amy's ever loved.
Yes.
It's unclear if we're supposed to think this is the first person Lucy has ever loved or not.
I feel like Lucy had her heart broken recently. Wasn't that why Scud was trying to get her back out there?
It's just that she hasn't dated for a long
Okay.
time. For whatever
So
reasons.
I guess we don't really know what the reason is.
No.
For some reason, to me, that reads as like you got your heart broken and you like swore off dating for a little bit.
Maybe.
Or maybe you just went on so many bad dates you gave up on it.
Yeah,
and he's
you're
like, you gotta
I don't
try
want
it
to do this.
again.
Yeah, I kind of think that. It seems like she immediately dislikes most people.
I mean, they're also not that much. They're not that old, and that is very relatable.
yeah.
I hate dating.
It's
and
terrible.
I'm very bad at it because I hate everybody when I meet them.
I mean, most people are bad.
Most people just like aren't. It's not even like bad. It's just like most people are kind of boring.
Yes.
And I don't really feel like spending time around them.
No. I think that's valid.
It's really hard to go on a date when you're like, okay, what? So I get to talk to you? I don't know.
We do small talk for an hour about your
Yeah.
job. Do you like your job? What I ask everyone on a date, I'm like, if you like your job, you can tell me about it. Otherwise, I really don't care to hear about it.
Yeah.
Because it's boring. And it's boring if you hate it.
Right. If you don't want to talk about your job.
No. And I
no.
kind of hate like job first talk culture. It's very San Francisco. I don't know how much it is other
Sure.
places, but it was like, where do you work? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's boring. That's probably what I'm doing for money, but it's probably not like my identity.
If it's like your passion,
Then it's
that's
so different.
interesting.
And so that's why I say, like, if you like it, tell me about it. But otherwise, I don't.
You're like, I don't give a shit that
Yeah. I
you
don't even know how you spend your time.
make money
Yeah.
during the day.
Tell me what you like.
Most people's do.
Yeah, but most people are kind of boring on dates, and they're hard to get
people
out
are
of, and so it's a
boring.
terrible commitment.
I just like, I love being just like alone at home.
Alone at home is the best.
It's really nice.
Yeah. I usually don't do dating unless it's a terrible game I've played on myself.
Yeah. I feel like you're good at dating.
I disagree with you. I don't know why you think that, actually.
I think that you're good at it.
I've just done it a lot.
Yeah, that's
But
really good to me.
It's literally just doing the same thing. Like, you could say we could do the same cartwheel poorly a million times, still equally poorly, but I've done it more poorly than you. And you'd be like, you're good at it. I'm like, no, I just keep doing the bad thing. I'm not good at it.
I'm impressed by anybody who agrees to meet up with a stranger.
I'm pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I've met up with a lot of strangers.
I feel like you're taking this away. I'm like genuinely like when people are like, oh, I went on a date with this person. I'm like, that is crazy.
Yeah. I'm pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I've just
never done it before.
So many dates. Yep. Well, you've gone on dates.
No.
Yeah.
Like with a person I'm dating.
You've gone on dates with like a person that, yeah, you've gone on dates. I feel like you went on dates with like a comedian.
Yeah, I guess, but I like already knew that person. I mean a date from like a dating
app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely gone on dates with people, but it was a person that I already knew.
Yeah, so you're talking about like specifically dating app dates, pure stranger.
Pure stranger dates.
Yeah, that
is what impresses me. Like when people are like, I truly, anytime I matched with a person on a dating app and they asked me for their number, I blocked them immediately.
That's so funny because I really think on the dating apps you have to convert to the date pretty quickly. Otherwise, you're just like chatting with people you don't give a shit about yet.
Yeah. I know. I was really bad at dating apps. I'm not saying I was. This is why I'm impressed by it. I was very bad at it.
Yeah.
I honestly, sometimes people would reach out to me and I would block them immediately.
That's funny. Like people you matched with and you're like, how dare you talk to me on here? Who do you think you are?
I was like, I've changed my mind.
I made an oopsie.
It's insane that you're talking to me. I do not want to talk to you.
That's so funny.
And it's like, it's not a good thing. It just sort of is. I'm just not good at it.
I think if people have managed a life where they can avoid dating apps and dating, they've won. To me, that's a win.
Thank you so much.
You've won. What a dream. I don't like what I do. But there's like not a lot of other context for me to meet people.
I know.
Because like,
I understand.
As a lady comic, no one's like, oh, hey, you know?
No, we don't get the chuckle fuckers.
We don't get chuckle fuckers, no. So
no,
it is pretty.
Or I feel like when you do, they're like scary. I feel like when people have hit on me after shows, I'm almost immediately just like, oh, you're weird.
Yeah.
It's never like, oh, this is a good situation. I'm just like, oh, why are you so aggressive and weird?
Yeah, it can feel very aggressive.
Yeah.
And usually for me, like, if they think they're hitting on me, they're doing it where they're just like a dude telling me like what a joke should be or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's gross.
I don't want that either.
I feel
and
like
it's really like cute girls coming up to me.
That I feel like I either get, or I've got obviously stupid men, whatever. They want to tell you things all the time.
Yeah.
Or it's like a very drunk woman who is too aggressive.
Yes.
And you're like, oh.
I don't like that because that feels scary too. I don't like anyone being aggressive at me.
I don't know. I just talk to me normally. I'm very scared most of the time.
Yes.
Or don't talk to me at all. That's great too.
Leaving alone is good.
Being left alone.
Yeah. Leave me to my own devices.
Yeah.
My devices are my phone.
Like, it also is the thing where like you go on stage and I think people are like, oh, I should talk to this person. And I'm like, I am so scared and socially awkward and not that fun of a hang. So like, don't come up to me.
I think I've managed a point where I don't seem that fun on stage either. So
ooh, nice.
I think, I've gotten to a good place. I think whenever my onstage thing, people are kind of like, ugh.
They're like, well, I'll just let her be.
Which
seems like she's going through it.
It's a good position to be in, I think, rather than think I'm fun and then find out the opposite.
Yeah.
I don't want to let people down.
Yeah. I think people just think I'm a lot more confident than or like outgoing.
Yeah. They're like, you're on stage, you must be outgoing.
Yeah.
It's different. You don't talk back.
Yes.
I
have a microphone.
It's me.
And I rehearsed this.
Yes. It's my captive audience. Yeah.
All right. D.E.B.S was fun.
D.E.B.S was fun. That's the end of our June Pride shows.
Yeah.
June Pride pods.
But be gay forever. It's not just
be gay. Sorry, I heard B.A. like
crime.
Bank of America. And I'm like, what are be gay, do crime, be a cat, eat blood, be a spy.
Eat bugs. Yeah, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Date a prince.
And any movie recs. We love movie recs.
We love movie recs.
And good ones.
Good ones, preferably, please.
Please.
Okay.
This has been
when Harry dubbed Sally. We'll be back on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.